Hello, we are going to get started. Last time I was working on this map, I did a really awful job. Halfway through, I basically ran out of steam. I was just exhausted, and as a result, made a lot of mistakes. And the city turned from something I was working to something that was the opposite of working. You know, not working. So we're gonna try this all over again. So let's see, we can sell beer, we can sell paper. Well, no, we can sell papyrus. I think the main thing is I just ran out of cash and some really bad stuff. So let's see, we can sell linen. And we can actually grow flax. Alright. Well, I think we're actually going to make our city up in the top right here. Because it's a much better place for farms. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure that my stream is actually working here. Yeah, it looks like it's going well. So we need, yeah, okay. So we're gonna get a water crossing here, a ferry landing. And we're gonna want fish, and that's how we're gonna get food to start with. But in order to get fish, we're gonna need, I mean, I could start right along the banks here and then go right across the river pretty much immediately. Alright, that's probably what we should do. Is make like a small... I'm gonna try out some housing strategies that I saw online. So what can we do here? We're gonna want farms that are giving us flax. So let's get some. And let's get our speed up a little bit. So we're gonna try to set up some money-making industries because we will eventually run out of money. I mean, well, we'll eventually run out of time because we'll get invaded. And basically, the first things we're going to do is we're going to set up a farming area, and we're going to need to set up an area to get food as well. So down here, some like fishing and all that sort of stuff going on. And I'm being kind of risky here. I'm actually uploading a whole bunch of YouTube videos at the same time I'm streaming, so I have absolutely no idea if my stream quality is going to be just crap. But we will see. So let's get some of the basics going here. We're going to want the firehouse, we're going to want the architect's post, we're going to want a police station and an apothecary. And then we're also going to want to start getting like some work camps and some of those sorts of things. So let's see. And we're also going to try a little bit more with roadblocks and things like that. So we need a work camp, so why don't we just go ahead and work camp it up over here. Oh yes, and we need to make sure that we actually give our dude, like, okay, infrastructure is priority 1, industry and commerce, no, it's food production is 2, and health and sanitation number 3. Let's not suffer an abysmal shock and die horrible deaths as civilization. We're going to need a shipwright as well. So let's just go make it happen. Let's see, we're going to want food production over here as well. Well, food storage, sorry, not production. Oh yeah, we need water, Jesus. And some industry, we're going to want that weaver going on. Alright, so we're definitely going to need to get a granary. So let's just get one. We're going to want a storage yard. And we're going to want some industrial structures. We're definitely going to want weaving. Because we're going to prioritize basically money. If we get a supply of cash, we'll be much better off. And we're already starting to get some stuff going here. One, two, three. Alright, so let's get another big housing block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what we do is we go 2 past it. Like such. And let's see, we want roadblocks? Of course we want roadblocks. Let's get some more of everything. And let's make sure that we don't have Osiris kill all of us. That would be a plus. Alright, we're finally gonna start getting some boats here so we can get some, you know, food. Food's good for civilization. Alright, starting to get people up over here. Excellent. So where did I put all these things? I put them on this side. Sort of like so. See, we're gonna need a water supply and a bazaar. And we probably also need another physician. This water supply doesn't seem to be working. Like, I wonder, is it because the corner is touching the place over there? If so, why don't we just clear this? Because obviously it's not working at all.
I'm not taking these supplies any further until someone's available to unload them.
So who buys linens? Yes. It's a water trade route. Alright. We need a dock. So let's make sure we have a dock. Transport wharf. Scrabble school. A dock. Alright. Well, we're going to start doing stuff. I should go to the Minister of Commerce. Where? Minister of Commerce. We're gonna try to export as much linen as we can. So we're gonna set it to export when over 400. Let's just export when over 200. And we're going to need beer, as far as I remember correctly. The Pharaoh gets pretty thirsty pretty quick. So we're gonna need to start getting some barley going. Let's see, we're going to need a ferry landing. I think this is probably the place to put it. Alright, so what we want is someplace like so. It's gonna need to be, set our speed down just a touch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we go 2 past, over like this. And basically, we need food, which we should slowly start to get based on, yeah, we're slowly starting to build things. All right.
My list of job openings is huge and I can't find any workers to fill the posts.
Yeah, that's how it works. All right, let's get a village palace up and running. Unemployment is 0%. Yeah. We need more workers. All right, so let's just make the problem worse. People love me. Amazing. I'm betting Osiris is pissed as hell at me at the moment. Apathetic, yeah. He's not very happy at all. That's okay. Build him a nice big shiny temple. And we will actually start getting food here. Nice. Look at that. I didn't know you could undo an action. Huh. Today I learned. Alright, we are going to need some work camps. That is for definitely sure we're going to need work camps. So let's make a couple. And let's also, yeah, so we've got our work camps. I think we need one more. And we're going to need lots and lots of farms. So we're gonna start getting some barley farms because brewing beer is a pretty big part of this mission. So let's start getting our barley on. And since everything's over here, we're gonna need some storage yards, and it'd be nice to have them real close up over here. Maybe I should undo that. Damn. Oh, it undid it. Excellent. So I don't want to put it right next to that road. So, because it might cause issues with pathing. So I'll put one right there. So let's see. We're getting any food? Yes, food is starting to flow. Excellent. And we're starting to get more people. Unemployment's at 18%. Okay, so we are starting to actually get enough people that we can get some jobs going. So I'm thinking that we need like a production zone over here. So we're gonna get a production zone going. And that basically means like, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna have like a big circular path sort of thing over here. And we need like brewers. And this whole area is gonna have its own little supply of architects and stuff like that to roam around and make sure that, you know, nothing's all sorts of screwed up. But we're not gonna need like our physicians in our housing blocks, services, you know, no entertainment, none of that. So we can probably just actually like link it up. No, we shouldn't. Can we get clay? Just reeds. Just reeds. Alright. Wow, look at all that storage. Let's only accept linen. And is this that, like, literally nobody is over in this area, so we can't get enough jobs? Oh, man.
I'm the most popular person in the city.
So he has to actually fill those jobs. So maybe we should actually go into, like, our Minister of Commerce and maybe set, like, industry as number 1? Like, I guess nobody lives nearby, so we're having trouble just, you know, getting anybody over here. I guess we just can't put up tons of roadblocks everywhere, can we? Well, damn. No food? Do we even have a bazaar over here? Yeah, but it's probably screwed because it's on the wrong spot. And again, it looks like we're having some major problems getting our services around. Well, let's see what we can do here. Just nobody lives close enough down here. Alright, well, if nobody lives close enough, we're gonna have to do something about that. We're just gonna have to have some houses coming off over here. And that's just reality. So let's do it. Let's get some houses. Just a nice little square block. Let's just link it right in there. Maybe we'll be able to do something about some of that then. Let's take a look at... Do the gods hate us yet? Nah, they hate us a little bit. Oh my god, really? The fire at the fucking brewery? Already, our shit's burning down. Oh, that's rough. So this we should just have barley. Alright, so... Employees are needed. Yes, employees are definitely needed. We have 0% unemployment. Wow. And we are making, like, absolutely no money. Dock. They're just waiting for a ship to come in. Alright, so we should be able to sell stuff now. Of course, we're running out of everything. What do these guys need? There's no food over here. There's no food because fishing wharfs are taking their sweet time catching fish. Alright. We're gonna need more flax storage support. And we do need some more houses. We just do. I kind of gotta... I'm not really sure how to build the industrial sectors in my city. Like, I seem to be okay at building housing, but not really industrial. Maybe I just need to let some people suck and not do too much. I'm not really worried about it. So let's see, one of the things that we need to do is we need to hopefully export beer available for import. Luxury goods and wood we can export. We can import fish. Can we export cells, bricks? Buys barley. Let's say they buy barley and they buy beer. Alright, cool. So we'll definitely start exporting stuff. So let's go. Let's export when we're over 600 for that, and for beer, let's export when we are over like 1600. Because we definitely need to get our trading game on here. We aren't getting any food. Are we just gonna have to? I guess just get more fishing ships. Can people not cross? Alright, yeah, people cannot cross, so we have to like get a little... I'll just bulldoze that thing. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. And we are definitely going to need more services if we're going to expand our area like this. Displeased. Yeah, this is not good. We need to please the gods, or they will smote us on high. So let's hold a festival. Why not? And get another temple to Osiris. Good old Osiris. And we're starting to get our production going, is what it looks like. Yeah, excellent. So we should be able to start getting some entertainment stuff as well. So we should get like a juggling school and a conservatory. And a dance school. And we'll get a pavilion right here. We'll get a booth right here. And if we delete this, we can get... If all these people would move, I can get a bandstand right here. So we'll get like massive amounts of entertainment going on. And let's get a tax collector going on this area here. Like so. Yeah, 0% unemployment still. We can't do anything with all this flax. So we need even more weavers. We need to just pile on the weavers. And we are definitely lacking in the food department. But we need money coming in before we can worry about that. And we got fish at least starting up here. That is a lot of barley. Hopefully we can at least start exporting some of it. Let's definitely get a firehouse over here, though. I really don't want this stuff burning down. At least he's patrolling out here. And do we have a bazaar over in this area? I don't think so. So let's get one. It looks like we're very, very slowly getting our systems online here. So let's see, these guys sell a whole bunch of stuff. These guys buy bricks, jewelry. These guys sell meat, straw, clay, bricks. Wood. And these guys buy gemstones and luxury goods. Well, I don't think we're going to be getting any of those anytime soon. So we're going to have to set up shop with what we can do. And what we can do is reeds, so therefore paper. So one of the things, we might be able to get a water crossing here. With the ferry. Send 1100 beer to Pharaoh. Can we do that? 900 in storage yards. Alright, let's go to our Minister of Commerce, and can we... Stockpiling. Alright, we'll stockpile until we have enough. So we'll definitely get a ferry landing here, and we're gonna need basically like some houses over here in order to keep all this going. So we need like a firehouse, an architect's post, and a police station, and an apothecary. I know it's a lot for a little tiny little area, but we need it. Because we'll get some reed gatherers, and they'll go gather reeds and all that, and then we can sell paper. So let's see. We probably can actually cut off the... wonder if we can just throw a roadblock right in here. Just cut that area off from the rest of it and see what happens to our workers. Because we don't need all these people wandering around out here. We just need, like, the fire dudes. Compliance is now possible. Alright, we'll send Pharaoh his booze. And we are definitely going to need the reed gatherers. So I think we're going to make like another block here. Go like this. Basically something like so. And we're going to get a whole bunch of industry. So, alright, good. The gods aren't super angry with us. So that's looking up. So let's get some gatherings, some reed gatherers. Yeah. 3 of those. And then some papyrus makers. And then a storage yard. And we're going to have one that is only for papyrus, and then another one that's only for reeds. These are just undesirable locations. Alright, so we can get a... We can't get a bandstand over here because we've placed stuff that's all stupid. Can we get a pavilion here? Yeah, we can at least get a pavilion. And a bandstand would require another square. Can jugglers make it over there? I don't think they can. So we'll have to get a conservatory as well as a dance school to get more crazy shenanigans going on over here. And again, we'll get a tax collector. And why not? A courthouse on each of these. So we can get all these crazy services that we need for everybody to love everyone else. And let's see, papyrus. Where are you, papyrus? Available for import. Alright, let's go to the world map. These guys will sell. We need people who are going to buy papyrus. Alright, these guys will buy papyrus and beer. Alright. Export went over 500. Alright, that's definitely looking up. I'm gonna save it. And have trading be the name of our save. So we're trying to set up industry here and experiment with some new housing blocks and the rest. And it appears like we're starting to get somewhere. Let's see what our unemployment's looking like. 0% still. Well, do we have any problems? Let's see, partial labor. Looking for laborers, looking for laborers. It's not good to have services looking for laborers. Kingdom standing climbs. Alright, they were happy that we delivered all that booze to them. Yeah, and it's probably that we need people over here to actually, live. Even if they live and they hate everything about their lives, they still need, something. So let's get some industry going over there. Like, we're gonna need it, so. Beer and barley. And we do seem to actually be able to marginally stabilize a bit of our income here, which is excellent. We've been spending a lot of money getting infrastructure set up. We're still growing. We still haven't started importing food and stuff like that. But it looks like we're starting to make some progress. Everybody hates the dance school. Let's hold a big festival, because we're gonna need it. %3 unemployment. Alright, that's not too bad. Let's get our personal mansion up and running. We'll throw it over here. People should love us. Looking pretty good there. Pharaoh has decreed to receive a gift of 1,700 bricks. Well, we're gonna need some bricks then. So why don't we get a little brick storage area? Only bricks. We could probably use another dock too. So we need to actually get enough room in our storage yards. We will soon. We will soon have that room. Are we actually making progress with getting enough food for all of our citizens? This guy just needs to roam in the right direction. And so does forfeit. Ah, shit. So we lost our bricks because we don't have enough people. Alright, so people are getting upset. And this is all just undesirable location is what it seems like. So I wonder if we can fix some of that with money. Probably it's easier with entertainment. Come on, I need a little bit of time here to work on things. I'm going to need a juggling school and a conservatory. And I guess a dance school. No, just jugglers. Alright, so we actually do have space for bricks now. Excellent. Good, 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 good. It looks like we're getting our food ready, which is also excellent. So let's start getting... Do we have... No, we do not have a physician over here. We should definitely get a physician going. So let's get a booth here. Let's get a pavilion here. And can we get a bandstand like right here? Yeah. Awesome. And we just need a juggler school. And a conservatory. Where are we gonna get you? You're a big bastard. And of course, a dance school. Everyone needs to go to dance school. Where is this? Yeah, we just built our physician down here. It was a little too late. Risk of disease, risk of disease. Partial labor, vacant. Morning, Karakan. I'm just still working on this level in Pharaoh. She's doing pretty well. What is our unemployment? Our unemployment's still at 0, so we could use more folks. This is no religious facilities. The gods are going to be really pissed at me for that. So let's make sure that we got some religious facilities.
To the marsh I march for the reeds we need.
Awesome. Awesome. Ah, cool. Hopefully your drawing is going quite well. The desirability of the region should improve. Okay, well, we can help with a few things. We can get a courthouse and a tax collector. That usually helps with making the desirability of the region go up. Get some more tax collectors, right? We can get some schools as well. That will definitely help. Schools will just hopefully make these things be awesome. And do we get a courthouse? Yes, we got a courthouse, a tax collector, a school. What else do we need over here? We should be pretty good otherwise. So we got reeds, we got paper, we got beer going. We can always use more booze though. Well, how much linen do we have? Not much. Okay, so we could use a lot more linen. And that means weavers. Let's just get more weavers. Oh, these guys don't have a physician, so they're just all gonna die. Alright. We'll throw a thing over there. Let's get some shrines over here. Maybe then these guys can stop complaining about not having access to religion. Shrines must be within 2 spaces of a road. Alright, fine. Supplies of pottery. Oh, Jesus, yeah, we don't have any pottery. Well, what can we do with... We can't get anything. We have to get, like, clay, don't we? Alright, so we need a storage yard. Where did that pop-up come from? Over here. What? Do we not have enough apothecaries? Ah, crap. This is not good. Apothecaries. Go.